Yeah. So do you remember from the last week how to greet her appropriately? Let's demonstrate that for your wife because then we will have her do it next. Leave it. Leave it. Good. And then we can cut it. Good girl. Very nice. Very nice.
Remember me? Remember me?
Oh, she does. She most certainly does. We gave her baths and she's so fresh.
Yes, she is.
She's a little pig. She likes her food.
No, there's no issues with eating. Yeah.
So you have to correct her with
The e-collar? We're working with her on an e-collar. Basically, it's like and I apologize. The one thing I will take blame for is not sending you the appropriate material in a timely fashion. But essentially, the e-collar is not used to punish the dog. We had talked with you about
We
this
read
last
the
week.
material.
And basically, and again, I have the video. I just got it chopped. I have like 6 hours of raw video. I'll go ahead and send it to you, and you can load it on the satellite connection. But anyways, what you want to do is this is an incentive to actually move. This isn't bad dog, stop it. This is bad dog, stop it. Okay, the leash and collar is what they call direct pressure. So going forward, what we want to do is control her behavior, especially when it comes to the food bowl and some of the issues we can have it. Which she's done remarkably well on. We can call her away from it. We can make her retreat from it without any issues whatsoever, providing she's got her equipment on so she can control the outcomes of those choices. Quit. That's enough. The one thing that we've still been struggling with is this. Whiner.
She's a whiner.
She's a whiner. I mean, she's a whiner. And the thing is her crate, at the end of the day, we're done.
Right.
It's time for us.
Right.
And we're sitting there, eating popcorn, watching movie of the week, and she can see right into the family room. She, quiet. She's finally getting it, but she's still really reluctant to let it go. And it's usually right around, their last out is around 10:30. So between 9:30 and 10:30 is when it's the most pronounced. And then after her last out, she does be quiet.
And so when she whines like that,
Big disruptor. Quiet.
that's it.
That's it.
Okay. But you don't do anything else in terms of.
Now, if she's, what I tell people when they have a dog who's really, really reluctant to let that go, first you got to be a watcher. Does she have to eat? Does she have to leave herself? What event is it close to before you correct the dog? If she's persistent just because she wants to have her way, you can disrupt by walking in, rapping on the crate. I said quiet, and then turn around and march out. Okay, so she understands, I don't want ugly face, I want nice happy face to come and let me out. But the thing is, though, is basically for the most part, she's very appropriate when she has to be confined during the day. No whining, none of that carrying on. And basically, when we start, there's a lot of activity, we start to move dogs, the dogs are coming in and out of the house because of being worked or what have you, she starts ramping up a little bit. But for the most part, she's very good during the day. When she has to be crated, she's fine.
And what do you generally put in the crate with her?
A Kong with a little bit of peanut butter in it, that's what she has now.
Okay.
We don't do really high value just by virtue of the fact that we have a little bit of a resource guarding issue.
Yeah.
And I think I explained to you last week that she had demonstrated a little bit of that with one of the dogs that we had here, a real young shepherd, over grass.
Right.
So she got corrected for that. It's just a little bit of stiffness, and you can tell when a dog's getting ready to go because they stop moving.
Right.
And then they'll do one of these. They'll look up the top of their noses at you. At which time you never advance. You never retreat. You simply put your emotions in enough check where you can control the outcomes. And we had talked to you about basically when it comes to feeding. With her, in this environment, everybody's fed in their crate. There's no harm in feeding her in her crate. Plus, it actually helps dissipate her desire to resource guard her bowl or for food. Here's your stuff, eat it. Then when we're done, we'll go outside, and then we'll remove the bowl once you're outside the crate. So it's all about safe extraction and teaching the dog to retreat to a specific location. So in a situation, what we're going to do here, and I think I did it last week with a pile of food and stuff like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to have you step over this way towards the gas cans. Stay. Stay. Ah. Kennel. Here. Stay. No better than that. Crack cocaine for dogs. She knows what's in it. Good girl. Okay. Okay. Leave it. As easy as that. And there's no conflict. I'm not moving in on her. I'm not threatening with her. All I'm doing is from a distance. Kennel. Kennel. Here, sit.
You said here?
I'm sorry?
Are you saying here?
Here is the command to come. Here is the command to face you. Okay? Leave it. No, leave it. Good girl. Very nice. Step. So basically I can control things. In a situation where she's advancing on the ball, I drop something on the ground. Okay? If I want her to move away from it, or if I want her to stop investigating, leave it. If she has it, it's out. So when we're controlling the dog, here, see how she's kind of moving over. Here. Nope. Here. Something in my collar. Here. Good girl. Sit. And she still does that back up sit. I'm not quite sure why she's doing it, but I think it has to do with the fact that people are reaching for her.
Okay.
So what we want to do is lure her in. No, here. Good. Catch her close. And then have her sit. Sit. Over this one. Good. Very good. She needs to give up that.
Yeah.
I feel threatened.
Like to back up.
Yeah. And she does like to back away. You shouldn't have to reach for the dog. You should never. There should be no reason where you have to reach for the dog. The dog should come willing to you. Good girl.
So that's something we're going to obviously have to work on.
Yep. Yep.